All right, how we doing tonight? It's a new release night. Yeah, we got Diamond Kings baseball in today, and that's what we're going to be breaking tonight. But I do have some information that I want to go over before we actually get started ripping. And we do have a team that is potentially available. Actually, the underbidder wanted the team on eBay, but then I don't know. They have their settings so that they can't accept second chance offers or allow them to be sent to them, which doesn't happen very often, but it did here. So he may jump into chat and pick it up. I hope that we can work that out. But if he doesn't, then we might have a team available. But anyhow, let's take a look at the other stuff we need to know about. So my feedback, it is automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return, thanks to the miracle of automation. Love it. A win-win. And of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. I appreciate you being here with me tonight, and as always, bidding and breaking with me, and hopefully chatting and having a little fun too. That's what we aim for anyway. This is what it looks like in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're going to be breaking Contenders Draft Picks. I keep leaving the word football out of there, but it is Contenders Draft Picks Football half case break. Let's just fix that real quickly. That will be breaking tomorrow night, and those are loose boxes from a shared case, as you see there, which I need to scoot that over now that I did the other little edit, don't I? On Friday night, we're going to break another inner case of Diamond Kings. On Saturday and Sunday, we'll take those as off nights. We'll come back on Monday night, and it'll be score football again by the half case, and veteran base, once again, it will be a separate bidding category. Doesn't ship to the teams, but if you want it, you can buy it in that extra category. And, of course, those, again, are loose boxes from a shared case. Hi, T-Man. Hi, Jay Allen. So shipping-wise, I'm thinking probably Monday, and if I can get it out to you faster than that, you know I will happily do so. And everybody should pull cards in here, so I don't believe that we need to worry about consolation cards. We should be good in that regard. And this is a 12-box inner case that we're going to be opening tonight. So we'll get to that in a moment, but first things first, got a little problem. A zero feedback bidder that did not pay for their team. Is that shocking? I know, it is astounding, isn't it? That we would have a zero feedback bidder bid up one of the more expensive teams and then not pay for it. I know, shocking. But that would be the New York Yankees. So the Yankees we need to find a home for, thanks to our lovely zero feedback bidder who instantly sent a cancellation request apparently after he won it, and then sent another message saying he didn't mean to bid on it, then sent another message saying he wanted it, and before I even saw that, sent another one saying he didn't, and then sent a fifth one saying his brother bid on it. So yeah, pick and choose which one of those stories you want to believe, but it doesn't really matter because he didn't pay for it. So that's who I need to find a home for tonight, is the Yankees. I know, right? I mean, that's a big one to not have a home for. So who has some interest in the Yankees tonight? Our second chance bidder was going to take them, or our underbidder on eBay, but then he wasn't set up to take a second chance offer, so there was no way for me to do it without him jumping into chat, and it doesn't appear he is here. So, yeah. So unless he jumps in here, then we are going to have to find a new home. And of course, had I realized sooner that he wasn't set up for second chance, I would have had some options with him. But I didn't realize in time for, I went to send it and then there was that. You are asking how much. Let's see. They sold on eBay for $89, so somewhere in that general kind of range. You can throw out an offer, but somewhere in that general sort of range. And, of course, shipping is going to be included with it. I'm not going to charge you extra shipping for whoever might be kind enough to pick it up tonight. But, yeah, it is the Yankees that we are stuck with at the moment, trying to find a home for the Yankees, and then we'll be able to go forth and break once we can accomplish that. And maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe our underbidder will jump here into chat and be able to do it, but I don't know if he will or not. It was all unfolding right as we were getting ready to go live. Well, you said you've already got 2 teams, but you don't have the Yankees. Hey, man, maybe we'll hit something big in the Yankees. And well, then again, we might not, but I hope that we would. I can't promise you that we would, but can promise you that I'll try really hard if you want to pick them up. So just, tell me what you're thinking. What kind of dollar amount are you thinking there? Because I need to find a home for them. So somebody, anybody, throw out something, because we can't leave the Yankees sitting. It figures this guy, wouldn't do something like on a big team like the Yankees. Robert is offering 60. Okay, well, that's about it's 30% discount, I guess, over what it sold for. So right now we're sitting at 60. And is anybody else interested in the Yankees? Anybody else want to make an offer versus the 60? That is quite a bit less than what I had hoped for, but obviously we're not going to sit here all night either, debating back and forth. So if there's anybody else that has some interest, now is the time to jump in there and state it. I swear to you, I hate these people that do this stuff, and they do it on purpose. They absolutely know what they're doing. This wasn't some guy who didn't know what a break was or bid on it by accident. This guy absolutely did this on purpose. You know that they did. You can tell when people do. It's the ones who win and instantly request that they cancel it. Yeah, it's terrible. All right, well, Robert, I guess my loss is going to be your gain because no one else is interested in it, and I'm not inclined to hang out here all night trying to beg for a few more dollars. So I'm saying we're just going to call it to you, Robert. So here's what I'm doing. I am typing in there right now my email address that I use for PayPal. Now, guys, I do not check that for correspondence. If you send a message there, I will quite literally never see it, never read it. I've probably got emails in there from 20 years ago, for all I know. But it is tied to certain things, that OG email. I don't want to get rid of it because I'm too lazy to change all that stuff. So there you have it. There you are. But if you can send over the money to that email on PayPal, Robert, I am going to get the spreadsheet updated and a couple of things on my side. And then we're going to be ready to break here in just a minute. So while Robert's doing his thing, I'm going to do my thing, and then we'll reconvene in just a moment. And thank you, everyone, for your patience. I know it's a drag when we have these unpaid spots. It's never fun for that. Would be nicer if people would just pay for what they bid on, but anymore, man, it's gotten bad, hasn't it? I know, people are terrible about that lately. All right, almost done on my side. One more little thing here, and I'm going to be good, I think. What is this doing? Why isn't it letting me do what I want to do? Oh, there we go. Now I am. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the spreadsheet again for a second, get us back online there since it's been a few minutes while we've been working on this other. So once again, for those of you who might have jumped in after the fact, we are looking at an approximate shipping date of Monday, and if I can get something out to you faster than that, I will. I certainly don't think it would go any later than Monday, and I will try my best to get it out sooner. I don't believe consolation cards should come into play here. I think everyone is going to pull cards for their teams, so we don't need to worry about that either at the moment. This will be a 12-box inner case of 2020 Diamond Kings baseball. This is break number 1. Product just came out today, and we're breaking it the same night it released and the same night it ended on eBay, which is Wednesday, the 10th of June, draft day for Major League Baseball. And team names, of course, are there on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders cross from each team on the opposite side. And then we have, of course, the little second chance notation there for the Yankees that Robert was kind enough to offer to pick up since our winning bidder couldn't be troubled to pay for it. Now I need to do one other little thing here, and that's going to be change up the focus. So you will notice that your background is getting blurry. You're getting sleepy, very sleepy. Anyway, don't worry about that though. We're going to be able to see all of our cards with no worries. All right, the next thing that I need to do is figure out which one of these inner cases we are going to open. Is it going to be the one on the right-hand side of the case, or is it going to be the one on the left-hand side of the case? And you know what we're going to do? Something different than random.org tonight. The first 3 people that type in right or left, I'm going to take the majority. So in other words, 2, surely to goodness, obviously, 2 people are going to agree. And we're going to take the majority out of the first 3 responses that I see. So I see 1's popped in. I need 2 more to pop in and tell us. All right, our first 2 are in. So I think we've already got our majority, but I do need 1 more person to jump into chat there just to make it all official like and either type right or left. And Robert, how are you doing over there on PayPal, my friend? Are you squared away over there? Do you need us to hang tight? Are you good? Where are we sitting on that? All right. Well, Jay Allen and T-Man both say left. So obviously whoever typed in third, it wasn't particularly going to matter because 2 out of 3 is going to be left anyway. So we're going to go ahead and cut into this and get out the inner case that is on the left-hand side. And let me make sure I've got, yeah, okay. Making sure I didn't leave you on the spreadsheet view. Sometimes I'm looking at one thing and I forget and leave you on another thing. All right, the one on the left. Oh boy, let's see if I can get this out of here without knocking the camera over. Without doing Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Holy cow, come on, man. All right, we're going to have to go about this a little differently. As usual, they are wedged in there so tightly. Please come out of there. There we go. Woohoo! All right, I'm going to get the other one out of the way. Be right back. BRB. All right, that was a fight. It's like going 5 rounds with the box. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Pretty sad day when I can't get the inner case out of the other one. Oh, Aaron jumped in there and said left too. Oh, thank you, Aaron. That made it a majority. Now we got to get all of our little boxes out of here. Should have 12 of them when it's all said and done. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to do that upside down too, I think. Yeah. A little faster that way. Well, I've got one of these facing this way. Here's what we're going to be looking for. 2 autograph or memorabilia cards. Notice the or per box, and also notice it says on average. I know, Panini and their sneaky little language there. On average, well, it's a CYA in case they accidentally don't put in the number of hits we're supposed to get in a certain box, which has happened on occasion. And it also covers when they decide that they want to do something like replace a hit with Panini Rewards Points cards. That happens too. And if we pull some points cards tonight, I will use random.org to find a home for whatever rewards points we find at the end of the break. All right, so let me just check in on Robert here and see if he's good or not with PayPal. Robert, what's your sitch, my friend? Are we good on PayPal? Are you squared away there? Do we need to wait a minute? What's happening, guys? Tell me what's going on there so I know if we're good to go or not good to go or what our sitch is. I'll tell you what, maybe I'll just log in there and check real quick. And let's see here. What does it tell me? It tells me nothing yet. It tells me that we are not paid. So I don't know if Robert is still in the process of making payment or if he's changed his mind and or if he's maybe taking a bathroom break, or taking a beverage break. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So we'll have to wait to hear from Robert. Ah, there he is. Okay. All right. So if you sent it over, it should pop in hopefully on my side then here in a second. And there it is. Perfect. You are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We all appreciate you jumping in there and doing that. And I hope that you get some good Yankees hits tonight. We hope the mojo repays your kindness. Jay Allen needs the Phillies and the A's. Ooh, they're in there weird this year. Sideways. Strange. Alrighty. So we are 12 packs per box. And once again, 2 hits per box, quote unquote, on average. They can be autographs or memorabilia. I hate when we get that sneaky little or in there. While I'm thinking about it, there's a couple things you probably need to know that usually apply to this product. One of them is that cards always stay with their franchise. So teams like the Expos, for instance, which are the current Washington Nationals, if we were to pull Expos cards, they would go to the Nationals. If we were to pull a card that says New York Giants, which we probably will, we usually do in this product, well, the old New York Giants are the current San Francisco Giants. They are not the Mets or the Yankees, or even though they have the color scheme of the Mets, they're not. The New York Giants became ultimately the San Francisco Giants. So that's how those kinds of cards will be awarded. Obviously, if we pulled any Washington Senators, it would depend on the player, because the Senators at one point, they've been in a team called the Senators more than once. One group of them became the Minnesota Twins. Another group of them became the Texas Rangers. So it would depend on the player and which of the teams he played for as to whether it would go Twins or Rangers. But that's just to give you an idea, because we will definitely find some of those old school guys in this product for sure. So, all right. So, for instance, right off the bat, that is a New York Giants. Mel Ott, he played for the New York Giants, so that will be a San Francisco Giants card. And this guy here, he didn't play in an organized league at all. I mean, he obviously played in an organized league. The team did not become a current day team, okay? So as such, he'll have to go up there and be dealt with separately. I expect it'll just be base cards, but you never know. We might find some inserts or something. And the first insert that we see, it is Grover Alexander. Now, this is Philadelphia, but it was, I believe, Grover Alexander was wasn't he the Philadelphia A's that became the ultimate Oakland A's? I think that he was. I'll have to double check that, but I think that he was. There's an artist palette insert. We'll probably see plenty of them. Some Mariners and Ken Griffey Jr. and doesn't appear to be numbered or anything, but as it is the first time we're seeing each of these various inserts, we'll spend a little more time on them. This is an all-time Diamond Kings, Richie Ashburn. That's another one for Philadelphia that might end up really being Oakland, although I think Jay Allen has both in here, if I remember right. Yordan Alvarez artist palette. And there's another all-time Diamond Kings in there. And cool, that is Ronald Acuna Jr. It's a very cool looking insert, and it goes to the Atlanta Braves, not numbered, but I like it. I like it. Yeah, I just looked over there and says Jay Allen. I'm just now looking over there, catching up on my chat. You said you do have the A's and the Phillies. Fantastic. So you're right. Doesn't matter. Yay. But I'm pretty sure that it did ultimately become the A's, but it's very handy that you have both teams. I like that. Makes it easy. And then you also said it's weird the way they have the packs in there. I agree with that. Miguel Cabrera, Florida. Of course, that is the Marlins, currently known as the Miami Marlins, but the Marlins nonetheless. An aficionado insert that is also unnumbered. More all-time Diamond Kings. I don't think any of those will be numbered, but in the first box, we'll take an extra minute and check them all, and then in future boxes, we'll just know how it works. There's an In the Zone insert for Alex Rodriguez as a Ranger, Texas Ranger A-Rod. Lots and lots of base in here. And our first hit, we're finally going to see a hit, is the Minnesota Twins and Jose Barrios. And look at that. Haha, autograph and relic, right? My favorite kind. Pair it up. So the first hit we see headed to the Twins tonight. What else did you say, Jay Allen? Oh, there's a Mule Settle card in here that'll have to be randomized. Oh, yeah, we found him already. Came out like right away, nearly first. Clayton Kershaw insert for the Dodgers. A little Chipper Jones out for the Atlanta Braves. And Tony Gwynn for the Padres. And this is the 3000 Club. I suppose we're going to call that insert the 3000 Club. I'm going to call it that anyway. Gallery of Stars insert. Jose Altuve and the Astros. Yeah, I guess the Reds picked up a high school player tonight. I can't remember the kid's name, but a good bat. Arguably, I might have rather had a pitcher, but he's supposed to be probably the best bat out of the high school class, so hopefully that'll work out. There's a little Tris Speaker, and that is Boston. And there's K-Line for the Tigers 3000 Club. More all-time Diamond Kings. Another cool insert. Love it. George Brett and Kansas City Royals. Yeah, Kansas City ended up, Kansas City and Blue Jays both ended up with what I think will probably be pretty nice little draft picks for them. Gavin Lux and the Dodgers with a quad relic, and they're all white. Yeah, they were stingy, weren't they? Giving us all white relics, but nonetheless, there's an aficionado Rhys Hoskins. We need to find one of those signed for Jay Allen to add to his collection. And this is pixel art. Francisco Lindor and the Indians. So that's the first one of those inserts we've seen. All right, so there you go. That's what we're going to see in an average box now that we have determined which are numbered, or rather that base inserts are not numbered on the back. We won't flip all those over. And now see, these are in there the right way. Or stop and talk about them or whatever as we go along in subsequent boxes. We'll move on along through them unless they are numbered or obviously autographs or relics or something. Yeah, Jay Allen, I'm with you. I've always liked the inserts the best about Diamond Kings. They do always have some nice looking inserts, and it's one of the few sets that Panini produces that really has a lot of old school players in it. I mean, clearly they're mostly in the base because most of these guys would be deceased, but there aren't a lot of Panini products that have a lot of the old school stuff in it, so it does make it for a unique product, a fun product. And it is always one that is fun to break. I mean, we don't break a ton of it. I'll have, I guess, probably 4 or 5 breaks of it in total. Something like that. Oh, I did not realize that Rhys Hoskins had signed an exclusive with Topps this year, Jay Allen. I didn't know that. So if that's the case, then I guess we won't be finding you a Rhys Hoskins autograph in here. So, well, I somehow, nice little Mickey Mantle insert. I somehow didn't even catch that he had gone Topps exclusive. So, dang, well, sorry about that. Live and learn, I guess. They must have paid him a bunch of money to make him exclusive. Be my guess. All right, and here we have Alzolay, framed Cubbies. Still unnumbered, but nonetheless, nice little framed insert. Oh, the real reason you bought the A's is because you want to get the Ricky Henderson. Okay. I really did think you bought them just because they've been hitting all year. Shoeless Joe Jackson framed for the White Sox. Because they have been. I mean, we've talked about that before. They've been hitting like crazy out of everything, seems like. There's a framed one for the Angels. Another 3,000 club. And right on cue, right as we say they've been hitting all year and etc. Well, there's your first one. There's Jesus Luzardo with an autograph for the Oakland A's. Speak of the devil. We talked that one into showing up, didn't we? Talked it up and there it came. So crazy as it may be. Another Gallery of Stars, Acuna. Oh, Pete Rose, man. Cool. Yeah, I'm a Cincinnati Reds fan. Most of you know that, probably. Nice little Mookie Betts insert. And he is still, I'm going to bring that back up there for a second. He's a Dodger still. I mean, he's a Red Sox still on that one. So it's always going to go to the team that is printed on the card, okay? So I do realize sometimes guys have been traded or moved or whatever. And if it didn't have a team or a city name on there, we would do it differently. But when it does have a team name or city name, then obviously it goes to that team. Wade Boggs. And that is a relic, and it is, of course, Bat King. So we've got a piece of the baseball bat coming out there for Wade Boggs and Boston. That Rizzo looks like it should be numbered or something, doesn't it? But it isn't. But it says Diamond Kings Originals on the back, so anyway, there you go. I guess it's a reprint of his, would that be a reprint of his rookie card? What would that be, I wonder? Maybe. Jay Allen, you said Hoskins had a Walmart Blaster exclusive autograph set, all numbered to 10. Really? I didn't see that. When did that come out? There were 30 different autographs in there. Wow. Are you going to try to track all those down? I guess you are, but that is going to be a job, my friend. If there's 30 different ones and they're all only numbered to 10, well, that's going to keep you busy for a while. You only have one so far. It's probably not going to happen, he says. Yeah, that's an undertaking. That'd be tough to find. I mean, you could do it eventually, but it would probably take a good long while. And not to mention, it might be a little bit on the expensive side, too, I'm thinking. Probably not a cheap endeavor. course, it probably hasn't been a cheap endeavor anyway when you're up to 435 or whatever our current number is of Rhys Hoskins autographs. It probably cost you a pretty penny anyway. So I don't know why I'm talking about what the cost is now. It's already up there quite a bit. Oh, we've got one numbered. In the Zone, numbered to 99 with Manny Machado and the Padres. So I guess that's our first one we've seen tonight that is numbered, I believe. Although I would expect we'll find a few more before we get out of here. I would think so anyway. There is a framed Honus Wagner going to the Pirates, and this is another one of the DK original ones. That's Keston Hiura, but that can't be, I don't know what that is, because Diamond Kings didn't look like that last year, and Hiura was a rookie last year, but the other one we saw like that, Rizzo, wasn't a rookie last year, so it's obviously not a reprint of the rookie. I don't know what DK Originals means, but it's different. Anyway, Jake Rogers, Detroit, framed. Worst kept secret ever. There's Mookie Betts as a Dodger on the insert. On that insert. The other one, he was a Red Sox. So again, some of them, the ones that say Boston will go to the Red Sox. The ones that say Los Angeles will go to the Dodgers. But yeah, the worst kept secret in the world that the Tigers were going to take Torkelson, right? Yeah. #1 overall. Worst kept secret ever. Rhys Hoskins. Well, we did find you one, but unfortunately it is not signed, but it is numbered. So it's a Rhys Hoskins Bat Kings relic, and it is for the Phillies and numbered to 25. So we found something for the collection anyway. Maybe not exactly what you're hoping for, but it's early yet. We've got a good ways to go. There's a Cal Ripken. So this means this ought to be our autograph hit since we saw the relic go by. It is the White Sox with Dylan Cease, and it is indeed our autograph paired with a relic. We got pinstripes on those at least, not just solid white, so that's a slight improvement over the solid white no pinstripe. Numbered and to 25, it is Ken Griffey Jr. for the Seattle Mariners. There's a Vlad Guerrero Jr. insert. Next, we have a framed Roger Maris, Yankees, of course. There's another Mookie Betts as a Dodger. I'd say he's mostly going to be Dodgers in here, but obviously we did see the one that looked like this, where he was a Red Sox. That was Nolan Ryan for the Rangers on that insert that we just saw. All right, we got that box out of the way. T-Man, you need some Diamondbacks and Brewers. You struck out on the D-backs last night, so we need to try to make it up for you tonight. All right, do our best. And Jay Allen, you do collect the relics too? Good. All right, well, that makes me feel happy then, because that means you like what we got, so that's good. All right. And you also said you're a deal finder. If it gets too expensive, you let it go. I don't blame you there. Have to be able to get separated from it. Otherwise, I mean, I've done that a few times. I start thinking of something like it's going to be mine, and then I end up bidding way more for it than I should have bid, because I start already thinking of it as mine, right? We're all guilty of that. And then you think, oh, well, I'm not going to let somebody outbid me and get my card or my whatever. Oh, yeah. Been there, done that. That's one of the reasons I started using Auction Sniper, because it takes the emotion out of it for me. Just, I see what I'm looking for. I put a price in Auction Sniper, and then I just leave it alone. So if it wins, it wins. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's that. Then I don't get all caught up in the bidding wars like sometimes I do. S. Bakken, you want to pick the brains of some viewers on possible value of a couple of pulls you had last week. You pulled a 2020 Panini Select, Acuna, cracked the ice to 25, signed or un? I'm going to assume probably unsigned since you didn't say signed. I'm going to assume unsigned. I have not priced that at all, guys. I haven't priced Select at all in any regard. So if somebody knows, has a feel for that, maybe jump into chat and share that to help out would be great, because I have not. Mel Ott, that said New York on it, that's another one that is New York Giants, not Mets or Yankees, but the New York Giants, and so meaning it will go to the San Francisco Giants. The Blue Jays and Mr. Bo Bichette. Nice. Blue Jays can sit back and enjoy the rest of the break with a nice Bo Bichette relic and autograph hit out for them already. And looky there. What Panini likes to refer to as the ultra rare hit. It's kind of an unofficial case hit, but they don't call it a case hit, so we're not really going to call it a case hit. But anyway, it's for the Yankees. Hey. It is From Downtown, Gleyber Torres. So that's a nice little insert hit for the Yankees there. Those From Downtown cards are pretty desirable. So that's the mojo paying you back a little bit there for stepping in and picking up that unpaid team. With the Gleyber Torres From Downtown. And this is going to be another Mule Suttles framed, I believe it is going to be. Yeah, that's what it felt like. So we'll just add that up there to our little pile. Now, chances are he's probably had some other base cards go through that I just didn't see when they went through, but that's all okay, because we're just going to move it as a lot. It'll be one group that one team will get whatever we pull for that guy. AJ Puck coming out for none other than the Oakland A's. Well, I'm going to get the right sleeve one of these times. And AJ Puck with some relics, a little pair of them on a nice looking card. As a matter of fact, we'll change pace on that card. I like the way it looks. There's another Pete Rose for the Reds on the 3,000 Hits Club. I think the other Pete Rose was different, but that one was the 3,000 Hits card. And here comes a Tris Speaker. And it says Boston on it. And honestly, I cannot remember if he was originally a Boston Red Sox or if he might originally have been a Boston Brave, which, of course, the Boston Braves became the Atlanta Braves. So I'll have to double back and look up Tris Speaker. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say he's maybe really a Red Sox, but I'll have to double check that before I can tell you for certain. And then we've got ourselves a Harmon Killebrew for the Minnesota Twins. And that is an all-time Diamond Kings that happens to be framed. And the little Jose Altuve. And there you go. Evan Longoria, Tampa Bay Rays was that other insert there. Oh, T-Man has got Beckett's online. Nice. That's expensive. You know what? They charge, I think, too much for their online price guides. So T-Man's going to be nice since he subscribes and share it with the class, which is really nice. And yeah, so thank you for that, because it is definitely expensive to do. Oh, S. Bakken said I said a name right. He's doing an LOL because I always butcher everybody's names, but I'm just reading back up through chat, so I don't even know which name I got right, but yay. Yay. I'm happy about that then, anyway. Whichever one I got right. And Jay Allen, you said you use eBay completed auctions. I do that a lot too, to kind of get a value of what you're going to sell, especially if you're selling it on eBay. I mean, if you're selling it elsewhere, that price is more of a guideline, I guess. But if you're selling it on eBay, it's probably more what you can expect, I guess. And then you're also asking about a select Will Castro gold patch auto. Gold or the 10 in select, right? I think. Beckett has it at 60. I'm going to say that was for the Acuna probably, right? Probably. But yeah, Jay Allen has some good advice for you there. He says when there haven't been a lot of them listed, which apparently there's only been maybe one of the Acuna cracked ice, that's a good time to sell it. And of course, he's definitely right. Supply and demand, right? So if a lot of people want it and there aren't a lot of them for sale, you're going to get more money than if a lot of people want it and there are a lot for sale. It's human nature, right? If we see 10 of them and we lose the first 7 and we know there are 3 more, we're probably not really going to start putting in the big money until we get up to only 1 or 2 left. But if there's only 1 or 2 to begin with, you're kind of swinging for the fences. You're trying to win it right away so you don't end up empty-handed. Andres Munoz, that is coming out for the San Diego Padres. Relic autograph for San Diego. This is a framed Ted Williams. That is the Boston Red Sox. And Goose Goslin there tried to jump out of my hand. He is an example of a Washington Senator, I do believe. So I'll have to see the years that he played. That's a framed for the Dodgers, to see if he goes Rangers or if he goes Twins, because again, 2 different sets of Washington Senators, one that became the Twins, one that became the Rangers. So it will just depend on the individual player as to whether it ultimately sorts Twins or ultimately sorts Rangers. Mr. Shohei Ohtani next off the deck for the Angels. Oh, now see, that's nice. Out of 4 little squares, we got 3 different colors. That's the way they should all be. Got 2 reds, white, and gray. All right, I like that. Better than just all white, anyway. That's how we take it. Modern art. There's a Ricky Henderson. It's not exactly what you wanted because it's not autographed, but I think that might be the first modern art insert we've seen tonight, Jay Allen, for whatever that's worth. I don't think we've seen a ton of those. Javi Baez and the Cubbies on the insert. We've got a framed Mel Ott. That is New York Giants, a.k.a. San Francisco Giants is where that goes. And we have a numbered card to 25, and it is Larry Walker for the Colorado Rockies. It also happens to be first in the series. I know, right? Number 1 of 25. Always get a special little thrill when they're first in the series or last in the series. I know. It doesn't make any difference ultimately, but somehow it seems like it does, doesn't it? I'd always rather have the first one or the last one. Yeah, he says that was the first modern art we saw. I thought that it was. Wasn't going to completely, absolutely swear to it, but I thought that it was, so. Doesn't come out quite as frequently. Yeah, so Diamond Kings, the base set, really they don't, I mean they are different every year, but the look and feel of the base cards are basically the same from year to year. They'll be not even moderate. I was going to say moderate. I'm going to say minor. There are some minor changes from year to year on the base, but it largely stays similar in Diamond Kings. But the inserts, they change a lot from year to year, other than the framed ones. And some of the inserts are really cool in this product. This J. Allen set up at the top of the break. That's one of his favorite parts about this product, and I tend to agree with that. Oh, there's Mike Trout. That actually was more of an accurate representation of what he looks like than some of those we've seen, but Mike Trout looked pretty good. Matched up there fairly well. A framed Buster Posey, that's the Giants. Thought I saw him go by. And we did. And here's another AJ Puck. I bet it's going to be pretty much just like the other one that we saw. Oh, no, the relics are better on this one than the first one we saw. And this one's numbered to 99. J. Allen called it. He said the A's beat him every night, come out with a ton of A's, and so he decided to buy them tonight so they can't beat him. There's Brendan McKay, Tampa Bay Rays, framed. And so far, they've continued to come out for you tonight. They definitely are prevalent in all of the 2020 products to date. Both Topps and Panini, as far as that goes, have a lot of A's in them. There is a framed Rocky, Trevor Story. So I guess the Players Association has come back with another proposal to the owners about getting the season started again. But before we talk about that, we have a nice little hit for the White Sox with Robert. A little ink on one of the DK Originals inserts for the White Sox. Nice. Nice hit. So I guess they've come down in their number of games. You know, originally they were stuck at wanting 117 or 119 games or something like that. And the owners were wanting to play like 90 games or 89 games. And so I guess the Players Association has come back and agreed to somewhere in that neighborhood of games. But then they're still wanting way more money than what the owners have offered. I mean, they're hundreds of millions of dollars apart. And I think they kind of informally gave the management, the clubs, the option to negotiate on that proposal or accept that proposal or whatever by Friday. But all the talking heads say there's no way that the owners will accept what the Players Association has proposed. So I don't know what's going to happen. And then somebody, of course, came out and said, well, technically, if they go back to the original agreement where that they had agreed upon prorated salaries and whatnot, that the commissioner has the option of forcing a season, but it can't be more than 50 games or something like that. And I believe they would still have to get their full prorated money, which is, of course, what the owners don't want to do. So nobody thinks any of that's going to happen. One owner spoke anonymously and said that he had already heard from, I guess, various quote-unquote sources that a lot of the players on his team said they won't play under the conditions that if they got forced to play or something. Or if they don't get the amount of money they're asking for, because there's an option in there for them to set out. That if the season resumes and they don't want to play because they don't feel safe playing from a health standpoint or whatever, they can opt out. But if they elect to opt out without being in one of the high-risk categories, they lose their year of service time and they lose any, they don't get paid for the games that they opt out of. So I don't know how many of them would actually do that, but I guess they're all threatening to do that. Or at least the high-profile ones are threatening to do that. Goldschmidt framed Cardinals. And of course, we are only, are we a year away from collective bargaining expiring? There's another framed Tris Speaker. And having to renegotiate the CBA? I think we might be. I want to say that thing expires next year for baseball. And if it does, and this goes in the toilet negotiation-wise, ooh, we might be looking at a lockout in 2022. You never know. Roger Maris. And we get a little bat relic there. 2 bat relics, as a matter of fact, for Roger Maris and the Yankees. And those are game used. So that's kind of cool. Because if this current negotiation goes poorly, and even if they do end up getting part of the season played, if either side feels like they really got ripped off to make it happen, they're going to try to make up for it with the CBA. And then we'll be back in the 90s all over again and have a walkout. A walkout or a lockout. You never know which. Jackie Robinson. That says Brooklyn on it. Of course, the Brooklyn Dodgers of old are the Los Angeles Dodgers of today. So that goes to the Dodgers. Let's go ahead and get these other base off the bottom, and then we'll flip this over. It is Brock Burke with an autograph hit for the Texas Rangers. And Brock Burke. All righty, where are we? Are we halfway there? 2, 4, oh, we're more than halfway there. All right, we got 5 boxes left, so we've busted through 7. This is box number 8 coming out of the wrapper right now. Jay Allen, you said you buy boxes of Diamond Kings to open from time to time. You'd almost bet there won't be any left this year. Yeah, you might be right. Everything is in such short supply right now. I would be surprised if there's much of anything left. And what did you say there about Brainerd for the A's? What did you ask me about that? Did I miss one? Or I called one out wrong? Or are you telling me something else with that? I probably missed part of the conversation in chat somewhere, but that's the part I can see, where it says no Brainerd for the A's. Buying Diamond Kings has been your Black Friday tradition. Yeah, they do generally have it. It is one of the products that's usually still available for Black Friday, where they, give you the little bonus of the Black Friday pack if you order it or buy it around that time frame. But I would be surprised if there is much of anything left for Black Friday this year. Because they're just, as you know, they're printing less right now of everything, trying to get caught up from all the releases that they missed. And I dare say it will take them through the end of the year to get themselves completely sorted back out and back up to what I'd call normal full-scale production. So we may not have much for Black Friday this year. I wouldn't really be surprised. You said it's a convenient excuse so they don't have to prorate their contract for the year. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's so much going on back and forth with that negotiating. This is numbered to 49, and it is Rico Garcia for the Giants. And the CBA does expire next year. I thought it did. So that's going to potentially put us in a big mess for 2022. But hey, we don't worry about that right now. We got to worry about this year. Juan Soto, Washington Nationals, a Jersey Kings relic hit for the Nats. Well, right behind it, our second hit, and that's going to the Dodgers with Tony Gonsolin, I don't know which way you pronounce it. But anyway, there it is for the Dodgers. Know which syllable is supposed to have the emphasis on it. And there is one for the Dodgers. Once again, Brooklyn Dodgers of old. Los Angeles Dodgers is what they're known as today. So we've seen both of our autographs out already from this box. But we could have some numbered things or framed things, obviously. Here's one, speaking of, Roger Maris and the Yankees. There's a little Ted Williams on one of the DK Originals. I just like those cards. I like that card design of the DK Originals. I wouldn't mind if all of our base looked like that this year. Oh, it's King Griffey Jr. Mariners insert. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't bother me if all the base looked like the DK Originals base looks. And there's a Randy Johnson framed all-time Diamond Kings. That is for the Diamondbacks. Framed card for Arizona. I tell you guys, I found another case of Select Baseball the other day when I was looking for that last Bowman. It's actually probably been about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago now that I found it, maybe more than that. And I keep forgetting to list it. So maybe I'll get it listed. Maybe I'll list it tomorrow. We'll break it next Tuesday, maybe. Possibly. For good old Select Baseball. And you know what? We'll probably break it by the full case since it's just the one case left. And we've still got other things to break that have come in the interim. We were breaking it by the half case when we didn't have a lot of stuff hanging around. Now that we do, we'll probably break it by the full case. That last case is Select. Jay Allen's got to hit the hay. You got to get some rest. All right, my friend. We will keep working on the Phillies and the A's for you. Get some rest and sleep well. T-Man says he is worried about pulling some Diamondbacks and Brewers. He doesn't want to be shut out 2 nights in a row. I don't blame you. Jay Allen's telling him, hey, he's gone weeks before getting shut out. Well, truthfully, I have too. I think everybody has at some point. But the good news is that often after you have an extended dry spell, when you do get rolling again, many times it seems you'll get a lot of hits kind of right in a row as well. So you'll have really bad spells and then really good spells, and sometimes it's just middle of the road. You hit some days and you don't hit others. But yeah, I've definitely been through some extended dry spells before. And it's, you know, it depends a lot on the product and the team, and there's so many variables as to what can happen on any given day, as we all know, in terms of pulling what we want to find in a break. But hopefully it all works out in the end. That's the key. You can have some bad days as long as somewhere along the way you have some good days mixed in with it. And if you have some really good days mixed in with it, well, that makes it a lot better. Doesn't that look funny? That representation of him, I don't know why. He looks like he should be on like a Keystone Cops Western or something for some reason. I don't know why that picture, that representation, it's not terribly flattering. That is a framed Pete Rose for the Reds. I don't know. Some of those renderings are better than others, that's for sure. Chipper Jones framed for the Atlanta Braves. I don't even think there is such a thing as Keystone Cops making a Western, but for whatever reason, that's what that's just what it reminded me of. So what are you gonna do? A nice mugshot photo. Yeah, exactly. That's a better way to say it. An Aaron Judge relic, numbered to 99 for the Yankees. And that's another, well, those are fabric. I started to say it's another bat. Why would it be a bat relic? You could clearly see it was fabric. It's another jersey relic. I'll get it out in a minute. That Bryce Harper mugshot threw me off. Brewers framed Hira. I don't know why that one in particular. It's still just, I don't know, something about it is funny. It makes me laugh. We have Jalen Davis. It is the San Francisco Giants. Autograph and a pair of relics. I mean, I do like the idea of those cards. I mean, they're made to look like, you know, the original tobacco cards and stuff, so the idea of it is really cool. But whoever did the artwork on some of them is, yeah. Jalen says Harper looked like a goof. I know, it was weird, right? I mean, some of the others haven't been great representations, but you don't look at them and think, oh, what happened there? But on the Bryce Harper, that is what you do. You go, oh, what happened when somebody made that one? What happened? Oh, I would hate that if I were the player and that were floating around. And many of them wouldn't care. I mean, most of them probably wouldn't care what they look like on a card. But of all the ones you figure that would care, Mr. Hair, Mr. Perfect Hair would be the one who would say, oh yeah, no, that's not good. Looks like a guy on a federal watch list. His picture should be hanging in the post office. Oh, exactly. Exactly. You and T-Man are on the same page there. I don't know why that one in particular, but anyway. All right, so this is box number 10 that is coming out of the wrappers right now. So we're going to find 6 more hits before we're done. Hits as in autograph or relic. We could have numbered or other things in here, but strictly autographs and relics We're looking for 6 more in total. And here's one of them right now. And it is Edwin Rios coming out for the Dodgers. So there's an autograph out of this box. And a framed Joe Cronin. It's another one that says Boston that I will have to check to see if it's Boston Red Sox or Boston Braves. Some of those old school guys, I just can't remember. I don't see them enough to remember all of them. Some of them I do. Some of them I don't. Rizzo framed Cubbies. That's Yordan Alvarez. I had to look twice at that for the Astros. I didn't recognize who it was the first time I saw it. It didn't process somehow. Number 249. That is an artist proof for the White Sox, Dylan Cease. Aw, Joe Morgan. You know I love my big red machine reds. Well, I love all my reds, but I especially love big red machine era reds. The 70s reds. Well, stuck to the back of that, Brian Abreu for the Houston Astros, framed. Ooh, Pete Alonso, New York Mets, Polar Bear. Relics, 4 of them, all blue for the Mets. There's another Ripken, and behind it is a Larry Walker for the Rockies. Next to last, Hangry Harper will toss a bat at Diamond Kings. Do you remember when he charged the mound, like, was that last season or season before last? And he so seldom does stuff like that. And he didn't even really do a very good kind of job at charging the mound. Like trying to get his glove off and all that to get out there. But yet I don't know, something about it. I gained a little more respect for him that day. He was probably hangry that day. But I remember that, him trying to get out there and charge the mound. And I was like, oh, pretty boy gonna go out and fight. But he does have nice hair, so I really shouldn't knock him for it. But he does have nice hair. But you get the idea that he spends a tremendous amount of time on it. Maybe he doesn't, but it seems like he would. And that commercial where he's blow drying it with 2 different blow dryers, one on each side. I can't remember what the commercial's for, but probably some hair-related product. I don't know. But I do remember that commercial. He had a blow dryer on each side of his head. That hasn't been that long ago, that commercial. But the guy can play ball, so that's what matters. But don't you wonder, though, if it just secretly really burns him that Washington wins the World Series right after he leaves? Like, his locker is barely gone cold, you know, from the time that he was there. And then the next thing you know, whoops, they win the World Series. That's got to kind of burn. Of course, all the millions of dollars he gets probably lessens that a little, that burning sensation. Jake Rogers, Tigers framed. It certainly would for me anyway. It would take the sting out of it for me if you gave me several $1,000,000. All right, we have a Tim Anderson Chicago White Sox Jersey Kings relic. Of course, for the kind of money some of these guys make, I don't know, I would consider just laying down in the street and letting you run over me, as long as you didn't kill me. Give me that kind of money, I'd be like, yeah, all right. I'm going to be in the hospital a while. I have some broken bones, but when I get out, yeah, I'd be rich. Be on it. Dylan Cease, White Sox framed. Of course, when push comes to shove, I don't think anybody would really willingly allow someone to run over them. I think your instincts would kick in and you'd move no matter how many millions of dollars were on the line, but I'd just like to think about someone offering me millions of dollars. That's all. Tampa Bay Rays and Brendan McKay. That is numbered to, does that say 49? It's kind of lost in the image. I think it says 49 over there. So Tampa Bay Rays with a nice little Brendan McKay autograph relic combo. I would probably be a very irresponsible rich person, though. I feel like I would be. I feel like I would spend a lot of money right away, and then I think I would also give away a lot of money right away, and then I would be like, uh-oh, I spent and gave away too much. Roger Maris for the Yankees. And then I would look down, and I'd be back where I started and have no money. Hopefully not, but I don't know. It'd be tempting, wouldn't it? Go out and buy a bunch of cases of National Treasures basketball. Yeah, I told you all what I saw those selling for, right? $18,000 a case, National Treasures basketball. That's what it's listed for right now, for sale. And that's the regular. That's not the first off the line. First off the line is currently going for $40,000 a case. $40,000. You heard that right. Of course, it costs $30,000 to buy the case. Panini did one of those Dutch auctions for their first off the line, and it all sold out at $7,500 a box. Amazing. Yeah, so a $30,000 case of cards that has 40 cards in it. I mean, wow, your per card price on that is very, very, very high. And if you go in there and pull something crazy like a Rudy Gobert relic and that's it, you can be pretty mad. Jay Allen said he would allow someone to cut his hand off with a dull knife for the lifetime amount of one of those contracts. Well, I don't know if I'd let anybody cut off a body part. I don't think I'd go that far. I mean, yeah, that's that, because you can't really fix that too much. You're not going to recover too much from that. That's why I said run me over, right? You break some bones, but I'll mend. But you cut off a body part, that's another matter. Although again, you know, get $300 or $400 million, guess doesn't matter. All right, we are on our last box, so it is Last Box Mojo coming into play. The first one that we see, it is Michael Baez, San Diego Padres relic autograph pairing. So if this box holds true along the lines of our other boxes, then our other one will be a relic. I mean, they always say 2 autograph or memorabilia, but pretty much it's always 1 autograph and 1 memorabilia, no matter what it says. Nolan Arenado framed Rockies. So we'll see if they prove us wrong in this one or not, but usually that's the way it comes out anyway. And this is numbered And it's a 1 of 1. Jay Allen, you hit a Bryce Harper 1 of 1. Ha! In the last box. Now you're glad you stayed up, aren't you? You want me to one touch it for you? It's an aficionado 1 of 1 Bryce Harper Phillies. I think we should probably one touch it, don't you think? I think we should. I'll be right back. So finally, Last Box Mojo works for your Phillies. How about that? Not too bad, right? And if you're going to hit a 1 of 1 for the Phillies, Bryce Harper's probably the one to hit. I mean, he'd probably sell for a few dollars there if you chose to part with it rather than keep it. I don't know how you feel about collecting him, if he's a keeper or a pass through, but either way, probably bring you a little bit of money anyway. Cover the cost of admission and then some, I would think. There is a framed Joey Gallo, Texas Rangers. And you know me, I like hitting a 1 of 1 of anything. 1 of 1 to make me happy. Even the printing plates that a lot of people are like, I don't like the printing plates. I do, because they're 1 of 1s. That is Hack Wilson. And I do not know if Hack Wilson is a Cub or a White Sox. He's an old school dude. I'll look it up. Whichever one he is or was, Cub or White Sox, it will go to whichever team that is. Yordan Alvarez and the Houston Astros, our last hit. Out 4 white relics. Quad white relics for the Astros, the last hit we see. All right, we do have some recapping to take care of. And we've also got the business of finding a home here for Mule. Now, I'm sure, well, not certain, but I feel like there's probably other base cards of his in the stack that I just didn't catch when they went through. But obviously, when I sort any of these that I find for this guy here, Mule Suttles, who I believe played in the, well, the league didn't obviously affiliate onward with with what is now an MLB team. So we're going to have to use random.org to give these out. So the one framed one we know we have, and then that little section of base cards, that much we know we have. There are probably other base cards in there. When I find them in sorting, we'll just add them to this little bag. So I'm going to use random.org to give this out. And here's how things work with random. When I have 9 or fewer items in a list, I do random 3 different times, and only the third random counts. Now, when I have 10 or more, which we're going to have here, we've got 30 teams, I do random 1 single time. And wherever we end up after we do it this 1 single time, whoever ends up in that number 1 spot after we randomize is going to get that little stack of Mule Suttles cards. So that's how it's going to work. So we'll head over here to randomize, paste in all the teams. You saw me copy those, of course, from the spreadsheet. And now we've pasted them in. I'll scroll through so you can see that they all did get added in there properly. And then we're going to randomize. Good luck, everybody. Comes up to the Mariners. So the Seattle Mariners get this little stack and any others that I find when I sort of Mule Suttles, the whole group of them going to the Mariners. Now, obviously, I put this in a little plastic bag, a team bag here, so that I can write on it. And I'm not writing, of course, on your card. I wrote on the little plastic bag, not on the card. Okay, so that takes care of that. Now, let's recap a little bit. Did I hit a 1 of 1 for you last year in Diamond Kings 2? Well, how about that? Haha, we hit you a little scooter for the Reds last year. Well, look at that. You're on a good Diamond King roll then, aren't you? All right, from downtown, what Panini calls their ultra rare insert, sort of an unofficial case hit, and it is the Yankees and Gleyber Torres. It's a nice hit. Dylan Cease, it is an artist proof, numbered to 49 for the White Sox. Then we have Rico Garcia, numbered to 49, San Francisco Giants. Larry Walker, numbered to 25, going to the Colorado Rockies. Ken Griffey Jr., numbered to 25, Seattle Mariners. Manny Machado, numbered to 99, San Diego Padres. And then that little bad boy there, we have an aficionado insert, Bryce Harper, Phillies. That is a 1 of 1. Hiding down there in the corner. Almost didn't see it when we went through the first time. Let's take a look at our relics. These do not have autographs attached, just straight relics. Yordan Alvarez, Astros, and Tim Anderson for the White Sox. For the Mets, the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso, numbered to 99. Here comes the Judge for the New York Yankees. Juan Soto out for your World Series winning Nationals. A Roger Maris game-used relic, pieces of the baseball bat, the Yankees. Numbered to 99, that is A.J. Puck and the Oakland A's. Shohei Ohtani relics for the Angels. Another A.J. Puck. That one was boring, though, and wasn't numbered. Rhys Hoskins, numbered to 25. That a Bat Kings relic for the Phillies, followed by a Bat Kings Wade Boggs relic for the Houston Astros, and some Gavin Lux fabric for the Dodgers. Our autographs look like this. Michael Baez, Padres. Brendan McKay, numbered to 49, Tampa Bay Rays. Edwin Rios, Dodgers. Jalen Davis, San Francisco Giants. Tony Gonsolin, however you say it, he is a Dodger. Brock Burke, the Texas Rangers. Robert, that's a nice one, for the White Sox. Andres Munoz, that is San Diego Padres. This is a nice one, too. I forgot we hit this. Toronto Blue Jays with a nice little Bo Bichette autograph relic pairing. Dylan Cease for the White Sox. Jesus Luzardo, the Oakland A's. And last but not least, the first one we saw out tonight, it was Jose Berrios for the Minnesota Twins. All right, so that's the break and the recap. Let me put up spreadsheet information one more time. So if you happen to have missed this earlier, if you weren't logged in, we're going to take a look right now when you can expect your items to ship, and then we'll also take a look at what's coming up in the days ahead. So I'm projecting this should be out the door on or before Monday. I'm going to try to get it out to you before Monday, but on the off chance that I can't, I'd rather say Monday and be safe than say an earlier date and miss it and have you be unhappy. So we'll stick with Monday, and if I can get it done sooner, I will. Everyone should have pulled cards of some sort in here, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards. Every team should have a package coming with cards in it. As far as the days ahead, it looks like this tomorrow night. It is a half case of Contenders Draft Picks football. Those are loose boxes from a shared case. Friday night, we are looking at more Diamond Kings. It'll be another 12-box inner case like we did tonight. Both Saturday night and Sunday night will be off nights. We'll come back on Monday night and work on some Score football. That'll be a half case break as well. Those, once again, loose boxes from a shared case or shared cases. And Veteran Base does not ship to the teams in that break. It has its own bidding spot. So Veteran Base, if you want it, go bid on that spot that says Veteran Base only. All right. And so that, I guess, has got me wrapped up for tonight. Thank you once again, everyone, for being here. I appreciate you very much. I hope that you have a great rest of your evening, and that I'll see you again tomorrow night when we work on on some football, some Contenders Draft Picks football. But if I don't see you then, come back and see me sometime soon. Even if you just want to hang out and chat, I'm always happy to have the company. So enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe and happy and healthy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.